Hello and welcome everyone, Ragnarok here with part 24 of my Rise of Sigmar campaign, which is the second half of the Warhammer 2 Mortal Empires Karl Franz campaign on legendary difficulty. So, right, previously we took Fort Stragov, which is kind of putting Foucault in a little bit of a dangerous situation. I know these armies aren't exactly elite Skaven forces here, however there's a lot of them, and we took more damage in that previous fight than I probably should have. Definitely more than I would have liked to have taken. Go with conviction, I guess. I don't know. Guys, for the last couple points. That off. Right, so Foucault, both Odin and Ragnar the Fearless are immortal, but Foucault is not, which makes him a little bit more in danger here. I think I have an idea of what we can do to save his ass. We're gonna put temporarily. We're gonna put the Reichsmarschall Godzo van Hupfen here, since he's immortal. No one else here in the list is immortal. We'll put the Reichsmarschall in here for the time being. To the provinces. And that'll give us also a flying monster, the Griffin, to help out, which should actually give us a little bit better chance taking them on. Alright, let's repairs going here. Got a whole bunch of rebellions happening up here in the north. They're about to happen. Kind of screwed up here with Franz. I thought Volksgrad was going to be... going to be... damn, it looks like we can't actually get inside the settlement because they're standing right there. It's too bad we didn't have enough movement to run them down. But I should have ran them down rather than going to Volksgrad. Should have waited on Volksgrad. Anyway, the Hell Pit's getting pretty close to Rebellion. And the situation over here in Norska is a little bit dicey. Got Sigfeld leading this army over. I don't think we have, even with these two armies together, I don't know that we're going to be able to beat that. I think the best thing for us to do is to wait for Schwarzhelm to show up, and then we should be able to take it on without too much trouble.
Yes, son of Sigmar.
And there's nothing really he can do, but I think we've got to fall back here and stay together with these two armies.
Praise Sigmar.
I'm not even sure we're gonna stay here now, because we can't hold the fjord. Sigvald is gonna ruin that for sure. Go back to there. Do we have any garrison at all here? Oh, how the blazes is this garrison full at Longship Graveyard and Ice Drake Fjord? It hasn't been replenished all this time. Actually, one of the units damaged. That's kind of weird. Maybe we'll make our stand here because we'll have a handful of extra troops.
To the provinces. What? This will bolster the nation.
And I don't want to spend money here right now because there's a good chance we're going to be losing a lot of this territory. I have blades. Garrison, like here, do we have actual troops in it? Yeah, see here we don't have troops. Garrison.
Yes, son of Sigmar. For Sigmar.
What do you require? Hammer of Sigmar!
Cleanse the Empire.
Job, Uhtred. Ah.
Yes, my lord.
I think I'm gonna fall back with these two
Rise
armies.
Sigmar.
Thing is, if
No.
Throg was sitting outside the settlement, it would be perfect. If their situation was reversed there, we'd be able to deal with it in smaller
True
parts.
servant of Sigmar.
I don't necessarily want to lose this just yet. So let's
Praise
fall
be to
back.
Sigmar. Ever
Yeah, we're not
onward.
gonna sit inside the settlement because I still. Oh shit! Bringing him back into this province prevents the rebellion anyway.
Going
All right,
forth.
put you inside the settlement.
To the provinces. To strengthen the empire. Moving off.
Move to there. See if they come down this way. Ah, for fuck's sake!
Ready to serve.
Damn it!
Servant of the faith.
47%. Whoops. We need to
What does the emperor bid?
punishment.
Sigmarite Arch-Lector.
Yes, my lord. To
Better to get
battle.
replenishment for this army.
What orders?
Actually, if you stand
Champion
out here.
of the faith.
Alright. Not taking. I was actually getting replenishment up there. Alright, that works. Yeah. I'm wondering if we should upgrade this 8 turns. Yeah, I'm not sure what the plan is up here. We need to root these guys out. We need to get rid of Sigvald. I'm not sure. I feel like it's better just to raise everything rather than to try and hold on to it. Because territory is a real bitch to hold on to. Same thing kind of goes for the hell pit.
The empire.
Anyway, we're gonna stay put there.
Bring me
Franz.
to my men.
Let's get him inside the settlement. He should be defending it though, I think.
I command
Because there's
you.
no garrison in there right now. Right, where should we spend this money that we've got? Get a coin. Yeah, our income is taking a real hit since recruiting those demigriffs. Thinking Drakenhof. Let's get this upgraded. So might use Drakenhof as staging ground for pushing south against the Greenskins. So the Greenskins are really having a hard time with dwarves, vampires, Unkarsteins. Gotta give them credit; they are surviving, albeit they're not thriving, but they've managed to survive. So
The winds blow strong. We travel the winds of Hish.
all right, we're gonna rename you. I call you Midas. You're here. Make some money. I guess we can
It is time.
level you up. It's not really necessary. I'm gonna sink some points into this stuff, just in case enemy agents wander into this area. And then these two are gonna stay here until we've got the economy at a point where we can recruit our next army. So I should really consider
What does the Emperor bid?
having these 4
By
armies.
the comet.
Should consider upgrading them, or potentially disbanding these guys. Maybe just replacing these swords with great swords would make a big difference.
So,
We should probably replace a couple of these crossbows with
True
cannons.
servant of Sigmar.
I don't know.
By Sigmar. Praise be to
Maybe
Sigmar.
replace the mortars with rocket batteries. I don't know. I don't know if we can afford that, or maybe we should just scrap the armies altogether and
There is power
recruit
within
some new
prayer.
ones.
What do you require?
Ooh, what I'm gonna do here with growth for now. I'm gonna leave that. Actually, let's place to upgrade. Think about it. Orden, what is okay there? And rebellion.
The winds blow strong.
Rebellion. At least we've got garrisons here, so we can hold off a rebellion for a little while. That is. Do a little bit more building here. I'm just not sure where we should do it. Could always just save the money till next turn. Look like, again, I really don't want to build in Norska right now. Just too risky. Help our capacity for Empire captains, but not a huge thing right now. Just save the money for a little while and do some building next turn, though. 10,000, and that was in gold. It's not going to get us very far. But anyway, in the meantime, see what's going on in Sword of Justice with our hero Schwarzhelm and Verstol, and see what happens now that the great enemy has been revealed. Schwarzhelm brought his steed to a standhill on the ridge. The stallion pulled up reluctantly, stamping and rolling its eyes. The beast was exhausted, flanks shivering and wet. The ride through the night had been punishing, and the day had barely dawned. Dew still hung heavy on the lush grass. In the valleys, pale mist rose lazily from the rivers. As ever in Averland, the scene was one of peaceful beauty. Behind him, he could hear the vanguard come to a halt. Further back, the detachments of Averheim cavalry were still riding to catch up. Kraus pulled alongside him. He was as impassive as ever. "Heideck," said Schwarzhelm bluntly, gesturing ahead. Averland's second city lay in the valley below, surrounded by its low, thick walls. Like most of the substantial settlements in the province, it had been made rich from trade. The old dwarf road from Averheim to the mountain passes, the great artery of commerce in the southern empire, ran right through it. Heideck had grown fat on passing traffic. Its agents were known even outside Averland for being quick to spot potential for a percentage. Despite being surrounded by lush pasture, few of the richest men in the city were farmers. In normal times, the thoroughfares would have been laden with the wains and caravans and the trading guilds. Greenskins, even the rumor of them, hadn't finished all that. As the dawn waxed into early morning, the last of the watchfires smoldered on Heideck's ramparts. There was no sign of fighting. The road ran down the slope before them, looping over broken ground and the ancient stone bridge crossing the Ridger Pegnitz. It looked calm, prosperous, neat. The red-tiled roofs of the merchant houses glowed in the early morning sun. So the greenskins haven't gotten this far west yet, Schwarzhelm muttered. Those bastards kept their swords to themselves while Grunwald protected them. Didn't finish, he kicked his horse back into motion instead. The animal whined in protest, but complied grudgingly. The column started moving again. The stragglers at the back would have no rest at all. Served them right. The cavalry picked up pace, traveling swiftly from the high ground down into the Pegnitz valley. As they neared the city, Schwarzhelm sent a pair of buglers ahead. The drowsy gatekeepers would no doubt need some warning of his presence. He didn't plan on knocking on the door. Schwarzhelm felt tired but alert. His mind had cleared a little since leaving Averheim. Verstol was almost certainly right. He should have stayed in the city, but it was too late for second thoughts. He made his decision, and that was an end to it. The greenskins were his only concern now. As they rode, Kraus said nothing. The honor guard captain never gave anything away. He never questioned orders, never looked askance. Perhaps that was a failing. Schwarzhelm's reputation made it hard to disagree with him. Grunwald had never done so, nor had Gruppen. That was a weakness. His decisions had not been tested enough, and that left the door open for mistakes. He'd become intransigent, intolerant even. It was not a quality he liked seeing in himself. It wasn't one he'd been born with. Verstholen was the only one who ever stood up to him. It was one of the many reasons he valued the spy's service. Man would have made a good witch hunter if he hadn't despised them so much. Too much independence of mind was never a good thing in a Templar of Sigmar. Young Peter would have probably ended up in their employ anyway, if Schwarzhelm hadn't seen his potential. Verstholen hated chaos enough to be a witch hunter. Probably hated chaos more than any man Schwarzhelm ever knew. For Schwarzhelm, great enemy was one among many foes of mankind, each as foul as the next. But Verstholen reserved a special loathing for the traitor, the heretic, and mutant. Schwarzhelm knew why, of course. He'd seen Lenora's body himself after she'd been retrieved from the pits. Back then, he hadn't known who she was, just another victim of the insanity of a cult, another innocent soul sacrificed on the altar of misguided fervor. The memory of the corpse still made him shudder. He hadn't given in to them, even at the last, even after all they'd done to her. That level of bravery had been astonishing in one so young. Verstholen had been destroyed, a young man on the cusp of scholar's career. All his learning had been impotent in the face of the raw sadism of the cults. And what was worse, they'd been Templars of Sigmar, the very men charged with hunting down corruption. The watchdogs had turned on those they'd been employed to protect. After the cabal had been exposed, Schwarzhelm had hunted the men down personally, all of them. It hadn't been much consolation, but Verstholen had been grateful. Grateful enough to devote the rest of his life to Schwarzhelm's service. Bye, Ice Drake Fjord. What are we gonna do against this? Thanks. Spy had since paid back any debt 1,000 times over. Money was no motivation to him, neither was prestige. Schwarzhelm reckoned that nothing much drove him anymore except that one burning quest. He wouldn't stop until every last den of heresy was extinguished, every corrupted cabal purged. Utah quest, of course. Even Volkmar didn't believe that the great enemy would ever be truly defeated. All they had was resistance, the endless struggle against the infinite foe. Perhaps Verstholen knew all that, deep down. If he did, he never admitted it. Every man needed a purpose, a way to keep the nightmares from taking over. That was his. We'll get back here eventually. I mean, we could fight this and try and do a little bit of damage to them, but I don't think we would have done anywhere near as much damage as what the auto resolve just did to them, so I guess that works out okay. The gates of the city drew nearer. The buglers had done their work, and the archway was open. On the gatehouse, Schwarzhelm could see frantic activity. They were unprepared. Any watchman they had on duty must have been asleep. That summed up the entire province. Drowsy, lazy, and disorganized. Even in the face of turmoil in Averheim and greenskins in the east. Schwarzhelm picked up the pace, driving the cavalry column into a gallop. By the time the column reached the gates, they were traveling fast. Dews thundered on the old road, throwing dust high into the air. Didn't pause at the gatehouse, continued straight on up the main thoroughfare. The streets were half empty. Few townspeople out and about rushed to get out of the way, pressing themselves up against their neatly whitewashed houses. They looked fat, slow, lazy. The place had sheltered behind the protection of better men for too long. Alright, Schwarzhelm seemed like he's going to be in a good mood there in Heideck. For fuck's sake. Insane. I'm not sure if you can get rid of these traits once you start to get them. Present in a region with high chaos corruption. I know Bretonia, you can get rid of the negative traits, but I don't know. I don't know if there's a way for us to get rid of those negative traits as Empire. It's another reason why not to stick around up here in
Absolutely not.
Chaos Wastes.
Rise Sigmar. Never. Yes.
Didn't rock him. Blade, I guess.
I will marshal.
It's a little worrisome that not everybody in this armies are immortal, because there's a possibility we might lose them. Right, we're gonna fall back to here. Maybe make our stand here. Maybe.
Yes.
Or
We
keep running. That is another option as well. More turns, so that's ready.
By the comet.
Get rid of this guy. Shoot, I didn't even look at the odds there before I did that.
Yes.
Alright, good job, good job. Well, we could pull these armies over there to help out as well.
Yes. Seek out the
Charlie
heretics.
the Hunter. You know what, if we do up here to slow them down,
March on the witches.
that would be phenomenal. Speaking of
That
this
is
way.
not my mission.
I guess it's quicker to go that way anyway.
It shall be done.
Yeah, we might be able to slow him down
Scum.
a little bit. I don't think it's going to be enough time to get
Let us move.
the big guy over here. Put some over here.
You're a pretender. Shut up!
Alright. Split up a bit.
Cleanse the empire.
Over here.
To the provinces.
Means maybe we can get over here to Darl encampment and get rid of that.
This will bolster the nation.
I serve Sigmar. Ever onward.
Get there.
I cannot do this. I live to serve
Camp,
the
alright.
Emperor.
Maybe we can hit this next turn.
Ready.
Do it to you.
March. Let us forge
Another
our
guy over
fate.
here. 2%.
Righteous fury
Seems like
upon thee.
pretty good odds. We'll take those.
What? The Empire! Onwards!
Keep an eye on things over here.
By the comet! Yes! The rights of war are ready!
The Reichsmarschall's leveling up. Do a lightning strike that might be useful.
Ready.
We could potentially get rid of that army.
Gracie, never wrong!
Loads here.
By Sigmar.
Problem
No.
is
They
that
will
the
be judged!
help it to worry about. Not to
Show me
mention
the
this
accused.
rebellion down here. Fonzie.
In the name of Magnus.
Oh, for fuck's sake. He wasn't defending the settlement.
Make
How the
haste,
fuck
men.
was he not defending the settlement? Ah, damn it to hell. It's just annoying. Because that cost us all of Franz's movement. Not to mention
Show me the accused!
the settlement. We lose time. Settlement.
What? Pick up the pace!
Ah, damn it. really want to get rid of this army. Got all of our troops bogged down in Norska right now. This is bad. Really bad. 2, 4, and then the 5th army there. We've got 7 armies built, and then 6, 7 over here.
It is time.
The fort can hold out for a turn or 2. Problem is the hell pit. Not. Maybe. Volume.
So.
We'll catch up to them eventually. Let's just clear up this mess back here first.
Fight for our nation.
Rid of these guys. God, you gotta be kidding me. How is this not an auto-resolve? I mean, we could auto-resolve it. I feel like we're gonna take a lot of damage. If we do. The other thing is, too, since we're manually resolving it, we're not going to be able to wipe them all out. We're gonna have to do a follow-up battle, which is going to use up more of our movement. We might not be able to get to the hell pit in time. So I think the garrison will be sufficient to hold off a rebellion for 1 turn, which we only need 1 turn to get an army over here. So I guess it won't be the end of the world. Looks like this guy doesn't even have eyes in there. Oh wait, maybe that's his eye. Gosh. How does he see anything out of that? Oh my gosh. Reichsmarschall. You know what? I keep you guys out of the fighting. I don't want to take any more damage on them and avoid it. I should be able to stretch out plenty here. Like
By Ulrich's wrath! Ready to smite! For Heldenhammer! Handgunners!
Alright, start it up.
Yes, sir! For Heldenhammer! Yes, sir!
See to it.
See to it!
For Heldenhammer.
No lingering! Ready for war! Charge!
I'm gonna get in here and take out those handgunners. Oh, maybe turning out to be a bad idea.
The Empire
Ooh,
endures.
yeah. Come on, get in there.
It will be done.
Hellstorm rocket battery! Heading out! Crew to cannons!
A little bit
On my
a
command!
little bit of damage, but it's not too bad yet anyway.
By Ulrich's wrath!
I should have just waited with him.
To
let's-
battle!
Get out of here.
March! By Ulrich's wrath! Take position!
Yes, Mio.
Take the
A
ground!
lot of damage on this guy.
At speed! Ready! Ready for battle! Yes, sir! Quickly!
Bullets not quite as easy to dodge as
Formation!
the
March! No lingering! Quick march!
arrows.
We are Sigmar's heirs! By the Emperor's will! Whoa!
Chase them off.
The Heldenhammer!
Ready for war! Sigmar guides us.
The Empire is yours! Handgunners!
Pick your targets!
Should have been managing the artillery rather than messing around with him.
Sigmar! Shield of faith! Battle awaits! Rah! Attack! Ready for war! Charge the battle hymn!
Oh, whoops. Totally thought I had it on this guy. Alright. Oh my gosh. Reichsmarschall. My goodness. Really took some unnecessary damage there on him. Well, at least the gunners in the back row didn't take any more casualties. Only lost 3 men. I mean, that's a plus. Yeah, the Reichsmarschall. Yeah. Quite a bit of damage there. Go with the replenishment, I guess. Ah, yeah, right. So we gotta run these guys down. Ah, damn it. You know what? Would have, I was thinking properly, would have tried to hit that assassin with him before I moved him.
Raise Sigmar. War calls.
Alright, cool. Take a little bit more replenishment. We'll try and get him close to the hell pit as possible. But I think that's going to be it. I'm going to end things short today, and then we'll pick up right here next time. So thank you very much for joining me, everyone. Part 25 is next. Try and make it a little bit of a longer episode since this one cutting it a bit short. So I mean, half an hour is always my goal. We always seem to go over it by quite a bit, but anyway. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. So we've got a showdown, the final showdown with Norska coming up, and we've got a very scary showdown with Sigvald coming up very soon. So you guys have those battles to look forward to. So hope to see you then. Have a great day. Ragnarok signing out.